Good evening, fellas and ladies, if any ladies are here. How are you all doing on this fine Friday? Hello, Helicar. I'm not sure exactly who that is on the cover, but I dated a girl who looked strikingly similar in 1986. Yeah, that haircut, it's very 80s. And the claws, yeah. Hello, Iman. Hello, Straw Piglet. Hello, Andy. Hello, Keith. Hello, Wayne. How you doing, chaps? Maybe she's in the adventure. Maybe she is. Maybe she's dyed her hair. I mean, yeah. Don't know. There's lots of black eye makeup there. I've already said hello to Halakar. He was the first person I said hello to, and I sort of deviated a bit. Hello, Jeb. So, yeah, that's who Halakar's on about. Reckons it looks like one of his ex-girlfriends. Yeah. Yeah, because Halakar chimed in first, and I started talking about his this comment here. This one. Like before I get started. Oh, it didn't broadcast. You sure? You sure? Did it start me? Did it lag me a bit at the start? Possibly. Before I get started, I don't know if we've got a DM or a game going on. My volume is low. Shouldn't be. Usual mic. Let me check that it's picked up the correct microphone, because my other mic is away from me. Let me just check. Audio. Yep, it's picked up this one here. Normal place. I've not changed anything. You hear me fine. Hello, Gene. I was just talking about the possibility of an OSE game tomorrow, Gene. Daniel's been inquiring. I'm almost certainly not available tomorrow afternoon because we are decorating part of the shop and the boss has threatened to be there all day. So if he is there all day, I won't be able to play. And Slan is working on doing a convention, so he's not going to be there. So I don't know who's going to be there in the afternoon. I'm going to. I'll run a session. I'll run a session tomorrow evening. So when I get back from work about 6 o'clock. So give me a chance to get some food. I should be online for about 7 to past, depending on what and when we eat. So if you want to play some OSE, I'm hoping to run a game tomorrow night. 7:30-ish UK time. So that's 5 or 6 hours difference for most of the states, depending on how far. If you go a bit further west, it's 8 hours difference, and so on. So there we go. That's about for tomorrow. So hopefully people can turn up. You push in the Q-tips until you feel resistance. Okay, Jane. Well, yeah. If people are there tomorrow afternoon, then great. And if my gaffer goes and leaves me alone in the shop, I'll be straight in. But he has promised a day of building shelves and moving stock. So I'm expecting to be building shelves and moving stock, and there's a lot of shelves to build and a lot of stock to move. I don't get into work tomorrow till midday, and my colleague, she's not going to be much use doing all she will do is whinge if she's asked to do all of that. So she's good when you give her really, really simple jobs. Fill 1,000 bottles. She'll do it. It'll take her 2 days, but she'll do it. And she'll moan, but she'll do it. Give her anything that requires a modicum of logic or thought, and it'll never happen. Never happen. So I tend to give her the simple jobs. Hoover the floor. Clean the windows. Fill all those bottles. make sure the shelves are all nicely lined up, neat. I don't ask her to put things in alphabetical order because she can't do that. She doesn't know her alphabet. And I'm being serious. Right, you're going to hear a pop because I've got a bottle here. It's something fizzy. My wife works in a nursery part of a school, and she gets a lot of bottles of fizzy stuff when the kids move up a year. And I don't drink a lot of wine or anything. She doesn't drink any. So I have this bottle of very girly drink, a bottle of Prosecco that I've just opened. Given to us by one of my wife's pupils' parents. Oh, Halakar. Good. Hello, Daniel. How are you doing? Yeah. I mean, I could tell my boss it's a Monday job, but then he'd be stuck with my colleague all day and she'll be useless. He wants to get it done when I'm there because I have some idea of how the shop needs to be laid out. So, oh well. Oh, you're sick. Oh. It's not a poorly head, is it? Hello, Richard. How you doing? But yeah, as I've said before, my working week is Wednesday through to Sunday, so it's my Saturday is just like a Thursday for the rest of you lot. So just the way it is. Just the way it is. Some Chinese flu. Well, Rich is indeed a dungeon crawler, so he will be crawling. That's the way you go through dungeons, on your hands and knees, bowing down to the greater architects of the dungeon, Dragonair's. I've been playing my racing game a lot, and there's 4 styles of racing in it. Or is it 5? There's circuit racing, dirt racing, there's dirt ovals, not dirt racing. There's oval racing, and there's rallycross. And all you Americans will probably be very happy to find out that I seem to be better at your oval racing than anything else. I'm doing all right at oval racing. I haven't tried any long big races yet. My longest so far has been 30 odd laps of a mile oval, but I'm doing all right. Beware the smiling dungeon master, except the dungeon master bit is coming off. It's supposed to say smiling dungeon master, and it's sort of peeled away a little bit there. Yeah, it's peeling a bit. Beware the smiling dungeon master. Hello, Barney. You're sick too. Nah. You made your con save. You're instantly fine. Yes, that's what happens nowadays. I quite like the oval. I'm quite enjoying it, but there again, I might get bored of it. I don't know. It's fairly new to me, but I've had my best results on an oval, and my license upgrade really quickly on an oval. So there we go. I haven't raced on any of the big ones yet. None of the big ones, just the small ones. Right. Basically, what I'm saying, I've raced on the free tracks. You have to buy the big tracks. I've raced on the free tracks. Hello, Ralph. How you doing, me Scottish buddy? All right. Anyway, where was I? Okay. We had just met. Back from Canada. Of course, you said you were going away. That's why you've been quiet the last week or two. Yes. Good, was it? Can you give me some advice as a tourist next month? Don't wrestle bears. Don't go into the woods by yourself. Don't call the Canadians Americans. Cool. Nice one. Right. Anyway, we have 16 people. 16 people in chat, which is marvelous. And I'm just going to tip 20%. Okay. Fair enough. Jeb, I like just putting my foot into it. That's the thing. Just let's start up a bit of banter between Canadian and American types in chat, shall we? Get slinging mud. It's Friday night after all. Let it out your system. I'm going to Toronto. Is it? Okay. Okay. Do we have any Toronto people? Where's Mage? Where's Sean? Right. This. I'm going to read the last one we did, and we all have already made a choice here. So I'll go straight into that. So here we go. Hugh, who is the old priest, leads you into a circular hall where he genuflects at. Quick test. Genuflection. What does it mean? Don't Google. It means bend the knee. The trunk of a spindly white branched tree that twists upwards from the center of the stone floor. He then ushers you into a cramped side chamber. You sit on a low stool and find Hugh standing beside you, holding a knife to your throat. Be still and listen. Not so much bowing, I think. It's more bending the knee. It's more sort of just like a little sort of thing. But it's a little bow, I think. Be still and listen, he hisses. I rescued you from the dungeon of the East Gate because I suspect you may be the warrior that Oiden has foretold will arrive to challenge the evil in this town. Stay a while and listen. If you are the prophesied hero, you have with you a valuable treasure that links you to Neuburg. You must donate this treasure to the temple in order to obtain Oiden's assistance. If you are indeed the chosen one, give me the item now. Neuburg's peril increases hourly. Concealed in your belt, you have a jewel-encrusted ring given to you by many years ago by Baron Faldor. It is your most prized possession. Hugh turns away. Will you? We chose to offer him Baron Faldor's ring. Yeah, a butch curtsy is a good description of a genuflection. Nice, Ralph. Nice. I'm not renting a car. I'm going on the cheap. All I've paid for so far is 40 Canadian dollars to hold on. Daniel's here. I've just got to put my headset on. Paid 40 Canadian dollars to do the convention. I've paid for the dinner on the Friday night, and I've paid £5 for my electronic admittance to Canada, and £600 odd for the flight. Daniel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you all hear Daniel? Yeah, you do. You seemed a little quiet to me there, but how are you feeling? You feeling a bit shitty, you say?
Nah, it's just that ancient Chinese disease called dragon ass.
Oh,
I've been up since 3 a.m. So,
Right. Okay.
or mid.
Okay.
Well, that would be like 10 o'clock last night your time. So yeah.
Ouch. So you're knackered.
Yeah.
There is a solution to that. I mean, just drink half a bottle of Jack
Oh,
Daniels
what do you
during this
think I
stream.
just poured?
Yeah, just drink half a bottle of Jack Daniels during this stream and doze off and
Yeah.
don't
When I
worry about
start snoring, don't let Bert start dragging on or bagging on my ass.
I'll very calmly mute you if I hear you snoring in my ear.
That or else my wife will come in and turn me off.
Yes, yeah. We have a Mercurius in the house. Thank you, Mercurius. Thank you. You are a very kind soul. I'm just going to quickly check who got those. Let's have a little look. GR, Nosorian, Mike Percival, Richard P., the Dungeon Minister. Oh, excellent. Some good names in there. In fact, we're just talking about Clericon, Dungeon Minister. Perfect. How many hours is that in metric? I make it. He's been up for nearly 24 hours. So, no. Yeah. No, 3 a.m. your time is 8 a.m. my time. So, you've only been up the same amount of time as me.
I've been up for 14 hours so far.
Yeah, it's the same as me.
Oh, yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it's what, 10 o'clock over there.
Yeah. It's 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, I mean, I was. My alarm went off at 7:30 this morning, so I've been awake. I'm awake 14 and a half hours. But yeah, it's called getting old, Dan. Getting old.
I slept in yesterday. I didn't get up till 5:30.
5:30, you say? I haven't seen 5:30 in years. Hello, Brian. How you doing? 7:04 Saturday morning for Mercurius. Just wow. Yeah, you're a day ahead of it. You're in tomorrow already.
Oh,
you're in tomorrow. Yeah. You just say Saturday morning. Yeah. In Australia. How strong is your Australian accent, Mercurius? I mean, do you have a real, that real sort of strong
Crocodile Dundee type?
Yeah. Or do you just have a mild Australian accent? So I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the accents of you guys who've been on.
Well,
I think Halakar has one of the strongest accents. I think Halakar's got a very strong accent. You've got a definite accent, Dan. But Halakar's is just about the strongest. Refined Australian accent.
Also,
cultured.
So he's not one of the prisoners. He's one of the Brits.
Very possibly, yes. he was one of the prison guards.
Yeah.
You do have an accent, Halakar. You do. Right. Okay. We chose 344. Let's move. Let's dive in. I mean, of all the people who come onto my channel, Joker has the strongest accent of the lot.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hello, PBR Street Gang. How you doing? I mean, Joker's from a part of Birmingham that we refer to as the Black Country. so called because of its coal mining history. Nothing to do with race or anything. It's coal miners.
Straw Piglet, that's funny.
Your only accent is dude and totally.
I had one of my best friends. We could literally sit at the bar and have a conversation just by saying the word dude.
Dude.
It was all by the
Dude.
inflection on the word and the tone we said it in. We knew what we were saying.
It's not a word that's ever really been part of my vocabulary. It's not. There are some people who say it over here, but it's not a word I've ever really used.
Really tall.
Anyway, it's just right. Just right.
Yep.
Right. Foliage. Instead of foliage. Realtor. Yes, it's wrong. It's well, we say. I mean, realtor is wrong as well. It's as we all know, it's estate agent. Oh yeah, yeah. Foliage, yes. Right, 344. Here we go. The old priest cannot disguise his joy as he beholds the gem-encrusted gold ring resting up on the palm of your hand. He snatches it from you and exults. Just as Oiden foretold, Neuberg has found its champion at last. My friend, I can help to prepare you for the trials you must endure. But first, I suggest you fortify yourself with a square meal. Follow me. Surprisingly, the temple is stocked with provisions. You eat well in a cavernous kitchen. You can restore up to 4 points of stamina. We're fine. And you may put enough in your backpack for 3 meals. So food 3. I'm just reading bits of chat in between. No, I say foliage. I say plants. Green things. Hugh gives you information. Turn to 22. Oh, Barney, I know the Birmingham accent, which was my original accent, is one of the least pleasing accents on the planet. Which is, I suppose, when I was started hosting quizzes, I do lean into it when I play it up sometimes, but because I've been trying to speak clearly and very understandably for the last 20-something years hosting quiz nights, that's why my accent has been sort of ironed out gradually. But my accent used to be a lot like Joker's. Your accent is like, I would say this, please. Yeah, the nurse with a Russian accent, and yeah, my favorite accent is Southern Ireland. I love the Southern Ireland accent. I think it's gorgeous. You know, do you know the band the Cranberries, Dan? Do you remember
yes, them? I really like them. It's a shame
her singing.
What happened?
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, but I mean, her singing voice.
It's amazing.
It's gorgeous, but her accent as well as she sings, it's fantastic. Anyway, Mercurius says his accent is like Barry Humphries. Good day, possums. Oh, God, I can't do it. I can't do it. George, if you wrote a gritty fantasy novel, you would hire me to read it. Thank you. Thank you. How do the accents get at the pub around midnight here?
I do agree with what he said about hiring you, because I think I said this last week. I can't remember. But when you do the readings for the Cthulhu,
I think I'd hire Sean before me. I mean, Mages,
Those
and
are really good.
I mean Bear as well. Has got a very versatile voice, as a
Oh
Sean.
no,
They
the
can both.
bear is very good. Yeah, I will
Yeah,
agree
I
with
mean,
that.
and GM Cody as well. He's got a really good voice for that sort of thing. I can imagine he sounds really good on a reading. So I would cost nothing, to be honest, though. Don't hire me. I would cost nothing. Those other, I mean, Bear and Sean might charge. It is, after all, a profession they've been in. I think it's Barney. I like the Irish accent. I think the Irish accent, I mean, unless it's a Northern Ireland accent, which can be very harsh, the Southern Ireland accent is really, really poetic. We all hear our voices lower in our heads. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we do. I mean, I know I have a fairly, not very deep voice, but fairly deep voice, or a booming voice. Because when I host quizzes, I have to adjust the bass and treble on my mixer that I use, because otherwise I get a boom from the speakers. So it's only a small amount. It's only 1 or 2 points. I pop the treble up on my microphone and my bass down a little bit, which actually makes it more palatable. Oh, is it? All right. Controversial. I did not know her accent was controversial. See, it's the Ulster accent I find a bit harsh. Where's Idris Elba from? I thought he was from London. Should we have a look? I mean, Idris Elba he's got a cool voice, full stop. I mean, let me have a little look. Yeah, he's from London. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start reading again. I am older than I look, my young friend, although you might not think it possible. He tells you, I helped to build this temple, and I know why it was built here and which evil forces it was intended to contain. Many legends tell of the clashes of armies, the slaughter and the sacrifice that took place when the ancestors of these townsfolk drove the southern hordes out. The stories do not dwell on the unseen side of that conflict. The struggle between the priests of Oidon and Zakaz, the accursed archmage of the despicable gods of Zagula. Zakaz was not destroyed, but his earthly form was sundered, and his spirit sealed deep beneath the earth. This temple was constructed over one of the entrances to those subterranean chambers. Neuburg Keep was built to guard the other. The seals beneath this building are still intact, but I began to worry when Baron Thaldor announced his intention to visit the infernal city of Zagula. When he returned with a retinue of southern soldiers, I was displeased. And when it became clear that leading the soldiers was a mysterious wizard whom none in Neuburg has yet seen, my fears were confirmed. Zakaz is stirring. He may already have material form. I cannot guess what he will be like, or what he will do after so many centuries in limbo. Yeah, I mean, if it is soft, it's fine. It's the same with the Welsh accent. North Wales can be really harsh, but South Wales can be really poetic. And the same goes for the Scottish accent. Ralph's got a nice accent. There's parts of Glasgow where it's really, really difficult. But if you're east of Scotland or Lowland Scotland down the south, then it can be very nice. The old priest of Oidon continues his explanation. If Zakaz is resurrected and restored to his ancient powers, Neuburg and all its people will be helpless before his vengeful sorcery. I shudder to imagine the terror and despair he will inflict. However, he can be defeated, and imprisoned again, especially while he is still weak. His physical form can be destroyed by the sword of a mighty warrior, such as you. And he and his minions can be weakened by the talisman of Loth. Unfortunately, the talisman is missing. A week ago, I sent Cernic, my fellow priest, to explore the keep. He has not returned, and I cannot contact him, although I think he's still alive. You must go to the keep and try to find the talisman of Loth before you descend into the lower caverns. Do not enter the castle by the main gate. It is heavily guarded. There is a little known side entrance that you will find if you turn to the right before you reach the main gate. I can give you no more information, but if you wish to undertake the ordeal, Oiden may yet bestow gifts upon you. Have a choice here. Do we go for the ordeal, or do we just get on with the quest? Ordeal or quest? First voting of the night, chaps.
Ordeal.
Ordeal.
Yeah.
Go on then. You thought I was reading about Fenalik for a minute. I'm going to go a little bit further, Straw, and I find it difficult if I watch a fantasy film or somebody playing a fantasy role. It feels out of place to hear a North American accent. Because for me, fantasy is a very medieval thing. So Old English, French, Germanic accents fit. But an American accent, it doesn't. Just my thoughts. I did one of my first ever shorts was on doing a bad guy voice, and it has to be a Brit. You have to put bad guys. If it's a mainly American game, the bad guy has to be British. We have good. But yeah, James Earl Jones did do a good Tulsa Doom.
Alan Rickman was pretty good.
Yeah, well, Alan Rickman was a god, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was an acting god. Let's face it. Yeah, that's the word. Anachronisms. I'm the same. Mercurius is not the ordeal. I think the answer to that is tough titty poos. And Daniel, I missed this. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. No problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And that went to Omen Owl. Of all people.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of ironic.
Hello, Omen Owl. If you're lurking, hi. Oh, I can see people are communicating in Discord. I haven't turned off my Discord notifications, so I've got little pop-ups from Discord. So I can see that some of you chaps are also on Discord going yap at the moment. Ralph is, yes. I think the other one's Brian. So Ralph and Brian are having a jolly little chat in Discord. Don't worry. It's what it's there for. Right, so it looks yeah, we are going to do the ordeal. All right, turn to 54. You are in the large circular chamber, looking up at the strange tree. It is completely leafless, but you are sure it is alive. Its sinewy white limbs have a ghostly luminosity. Climb, Hugh tells you. You cannot see the top of the tree. It seems to disappear into shadows near the domed ceiling. You clamber up the branches until you can no longer see the room below, but you are nowhere near the top. A strong, bitter wind clutches at you. You cling on as the white mists swirl all around. Higher. Your body feels fatigue and increasing pain. Inhuman voices clamor in your head. Grimly, you continue to climb with all your senses assaulted. It feels as though your mind and body are being torn apart. You lose consciousness. Add together your willpower and stamina. Okay, it's 31. Roll a d6 8 times. So, let me get this up. It's that window. There we go. So 8d6. And this has to be, I believe, less than 31. Here we go. Are we ready? Oh, no. We've got really good willpower and stamina as well. That's bad. That's really bad. Otherwise, turn to 219. I hear inhuman voices in my head. What accent are they, Mercurius? British. You wake to find yourself on the stone floor, curled around the trunk of the tree. Every muscle aches and your head is spinning. The ordeal has cost you 1 point of stamina and 1 point of willpower. Okay. Only the strongest and most determined can withstand a meeting with Oiden, you intones. You may try to climb the tree again, or you may leave. Okay, ordeal again. This time, 8 dice, 29 is our limit. Ordeal again, or time to leave. Your choice. Ordeal, do it again.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with Piglet on this one.
Do it again. Wasn't that the Beach Boys?
I couldn't tell you that one.
Get together and do it again. That's the one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for again. 6 in total then. 3.5 times 8 is 28. Cheers, Halakar. The one I'm thinking of is definitely the Beach Boys, but I mean, the Kinks may have done a song called "Do It Again." I'm not familiar. The one I know is the Beach Boys. Okay, ordeal it is. Ordeal it is. Here we go. Here we go. We've missed by 1. We have failed by 1. We'd have passed last time. We failed by 1. When I saw those 2 6s in the middle, I knew we were in trouble. 54. You are in a large circular chamber, looking up at the strange tree. Oh, hold on. Otherwise, it's the same one. 254. So 219. If you want to experience the ordeal again, return to 54. Okay. Yeah, same thing happens. Same thing happens. Okay. Turn to 219, so we lose willpower and stamina again.
Oh, jeez.
And I think we got to leave this. The odds are against us now, so
yeah,
I'm going to offer you again: ordeal or leave.
Leave.
Leave. We don't get a freebie. I'm sorry if I keep headbutting my microphone thing. I've got to get used to the fact that it's here, and my headset catches onto it. We need to roll, basically, we need to roll exactly average on 8d6 or lower the second time. We need to roll slightly higher than average or lower the first time, but lost. We missed by 2 points each time. I rolled 8d6 and got an average of higher than 4. Okay. You've said leave. Barney says leave. Jeb says leave. Straw Piglet says sucks. Halakar says, oh, yeah, let's go back home and play some whist. But make the old man climb it, yeah? Mercury says stay. Andy says stay. So we're at 4-2. So come on. Parmetto says go for it again. We're at 4-3. Piglet says leave. 5-3. Gene says leave. 6-3.
It's as I would like to say when I was a teenager at a keg party in the woods, elbows and assholes. I'm gone.
6-4 now with Ralph because Mercurius has voted twice. Naughty boy.
Should I stay or should I go?
If I stay, there will be trouble. If I go, there will be double. It's just me, myself, and I. Okay, if Orc Carl has said leave, I think he's pushed leave into a pretty much unassailable majority. So, yeah. Stranger Things, the original Stranger Things had the best soundtrack ever for a TV series. Peaky Blinders was good if you had that in America, but on that first Stranger Things series, you got Nocturnal Me by Echo and the Bunnymen. You got Atmosphere by Joy Division. You got Allegia by New Order. You got Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash. You got the cover of Heroes by Peter Gabriel. One of the greatest covers ever recorded. What a magnificent soundtrack that had. Peaky Blinders had PJ Harvey, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Sabbath. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, the Peter Gabriel cover of Heroes is stunning. Absolutely stunning. All right, we are leaving. 368. The old priest leads you to the door of the temple and bids you farewell. There is little point in delaying your perilous quest. Somewhere in Neuburg is a broken fragment of a once potent weapon, and I would not be at all surprised if it were buried among the wares of some curio dealer. The merchant's quarter is nothing but a den of thieves. Avoid the riverside. It is an unsavory place. Return to the center of town and go to face the dangers of the keep. Oiden's blessings go with you. He doesn't make any funny noise in it. No, it is just so pure the way he sings it. Imagine the passion that he puts into the song Biko, but translate it into a song written by Bowie and slowed right down. Really, really heartfelt. Okay, here we go. Having returned to the market square, you can now explore any part of Neuburg that you have not already visited. Okay, we have a choice here, fellas. The Merchants Quarter, the Riverside area, or Neuburg Keep. I hope you've been listening to the clues. You haven't, have you, Daniel? No. No.
I'm on my third marriage. You think I listen to anything?
No, look, you should still listen to your mates. You don't listen to women anymore. But I'm male, so listen to me. Listen to your mates. How many times did your mates tell you you'd married a wrong one?
The wrong one?
Yeah. How many times did your mates tell you, with your previous two wives, did your mates ever tell you, Dan, you've married a wrong one there?
Most everybody agreed with this last two. My current one, Deb, who is amazing, and the ex-wife. The first one, a couple friends disowned me over that one.
See, you should have listened to your mates.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So what were the options again? Let me get back to the chat.
Merchants Quarter, Riverside area, or Neuburg Keep.
Oh, well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Riverside. Yeah.
2 for the Keep. Palmetto says the Keep.
I'm getting outvoted.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like I'm in a marriage here with a family.
We've got 3 votes for Keep, 5 votes for Keep, and 3 for Riverside at the moment. One of Peter Gabriel's best songs is that duet he did with Kate Bush, Don't Give Up. Was that a hit in America? I don't know.
I'll have to look that up.
It was a big hit over here. It was a good track. I like Games Without Frontiers as well. That's a good song.
Yes, that one is, yeah.
Hans plays with Lottie. Lottie plays with Jake. Jake plays with Willie. Willie is happy again. Hello, you're wrong. We did roll some dice. You might be a little bit behind. We did roll some dice and lost twice. It was a hit there. Okay. Good track. Right. So at the moment, Riverside is on 3 votes. Keep is on 5. Merchants Quarter is on none. And the priest hasn't the priest just told us that some curio shop is likely to have a really good weapon? And where's the curio shop most likely to be? In the Merchants Quarter. So nobody was paying attention. Nobody. You can't all change now.
Sounds like my home life. I just said it 3 times.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, Merchants Quarter. Yeah. Actually, no, Straw Piglet hasn't voted yet. So at 5-3-2 now. So there we are.
There's an old joke, and I do not condone the striking of females, but it's a joke, so take it as it is. What do you tell a woman with two black eyes?
I know the punchline because this is a very old joke indeed.
Right.
This joke is as old
Nothing.
as
You
my
already
father.
told her twice.
Absolutely, yes. Yes.
You could say that about a man too.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever punched anybody. I haven't.
Well, no, maybe in your martial arts you did.
Well, no, the martial art I did had nothing to do with punching.
No, yours is all tossing and stuff like that. Yeah.
I know how to strangle somebody and break his neck, break his neck, or put his arm in a really bad place. No, I was never. I was a runner rather than a fighter because I was the smallest kid in school. I was tiny. So if I got into a fight, there's no way I was punching anybody. I was off. I was in the school 4x100 meter relay team, so I could run. I could run like the wind. So that's why I was a gobby little shit who'd go, yeah, and go, whoosh.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yep, that was me. Now I could fight back. Now I'm old. I mean, I wasn't this sort of shape when I was younger. I was always quite stocky and solid, but not quite as solid as I am now. If I was as solid as I am now, then I would have fought back. But that's called 52 years. That's the thing. I haven't read truly tasteless jokes, but we do have a customer who comes into our shop who regales me with about 10 of them every week. I completely forget them. But you broke a bone in your wrist punching one of your brothers. Mercurius. That's the most Australian thing someone has said in chat today. Hello, Varun. How you doing? Right. So we've had our votes, and the voting winner is Keep. And I do need to show this because Mercurius has been most generous again. And let me see. Because I've got a little stream open on the side here. Who got these? It was Varun. Right. Okay. That's you were summoned by Mercurius then, were you? You were summoned. Toti Beck, Jacob Zumbrennen, JGD, Varun Chavla, and Reox Fox. New names, but you have summoned Varun to be here. You have Mercurius to thank for that. So cheers, Mercurius. Good man. Right. We may get to go to more than one place. So Neuberg Keep 289. Oh, I'm not saying I didn't get into I haven't been in a fight, Brian. The last fight I was in, I was probably 21, 22 years old, and it was a drunken brawl outside a curry house. I didn't have any punches. I wrestled someone to the ground. Then all his mates kicked the shit out of me. That's what happened, basically. A guy got like that with me. I wrestled him to the ground. I was on top of him, and a group of his mates came out of the curry house and just laid into me. And I woke up in hospital. I don't know how many of his mates there were. It felt like there were quite a few. So that's what happens. I just had a bit of a bruised face, that was all. I won the one-on-one, but it was probably 4, 5, 6 versus me. That ain't fair. He was on the table with about 5 or 6 of his mates. So I'm assuming all of them put the boot in. Happens, doesn't it? It happens. And that was 30 years ago. The road winds up Castle Hill towards the brooding bulk of Neuburg Keep. The few townspeople you meet shake their heads and avert their eyes. They obviously believe you are either recklessly brave or completely senseless. The path becomes steeper. The houses are fewer and a little more than stone-fronted caves, and the black towers of the keep's curtained wall loom above you. The path you are on appears to lead directly to the castle's main gatehouse. There is a smaller, overgrown path that leads off to the right. Do you want to stay on the main path, or shall we take the right-hand trail?
Let's go right.
Yeah. The thing is, short Piglet, in order to punch in a fight, you've A, got to be able to punch, and B, a reach advantage really helps.
And John definitely does not have a reach.
Neither of those are the case with me. I have short, stubby limbs, and I have never been taught how to punch. I can, however, grapple people to the ground and twist them into knots. So I'm always going to try and get inside if I fight. As I said, but I haven't done so for 30 years. 30, yeah. It's about 30 years, pretty much about now. It was when my friend from school joined up with the Navy, and he'd have been 21, 22 when he went in. I know he'd left school at 16. He'd done 4 or 5 years in a trade, didn't like it, and so he decided to join the Navy. And he's been in the Navy. I know he's due to finish it. He was due to finish 5 years ago, but he stayed on. I think he's going to be pensioned off out of the Navy any day now. So it's got to be about 30 years. So yeah, me and him basically went out on the piss and went for a curry. And to be honest, the fight was caused by his mouth. He was notorious for it, always running his mouth, always getting people around him into trouble. And the guy started on me because my mate had been giving him lip. Everyone was drunk. He just got a bit confused. There we are. That's the way it is. Right. Overgrown path. Take the path. Path. Road less traveled. Yep. Okay. Yep. So the path on the right. In the Navy. In the Navy. If you want to stay on the main path, turn to 2, take the right-hand trail, turn to 95. I was never a Billy Joel fan, so if anyone's quoting Billy Joel, not for me. I know the song Piano Man, but it's not my thing, really.
I can appreciate his talent, but I never really liked him.
I can appreciate the fact that he married Christy Brinkley.
There is that too, yeah.
He's got to have had something. I mean, he's an ugly git, and she's gorgeous.
Well, look at Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Well, actually, don't look at Mick Jagger.
No, don't. Just look at the women he's been with. Hacking at brambles with your sword, you follow the path around the hillside in the shadow of the battlements. The path veers to the left and disappears into a clump of bushes at the base of the wall. You push aside the prickly branches and discover a small door, which you have some difficulty in opening, as there is just as much undergrowth on the other side. You cut your way down a flight of stone steps and find yourself in an untended kitchen garden. The vegetable patches, herb beds, and fruit trees are wildly out of control, and it's impossible to see across the garden. You can make out that the garden is square, is surrounded by walls and has the remains of a gravel path around its edge. You're at the midpoint of one side. Do we turn right or do we turn left? There we go. Nice 50-50 choice with no real clues. Right or left? Take the garlic. The wrong book indeed. There's my wine. Had a couple of glasses of port before I started streaming as well. Right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right. All right, we've got. So, oh, Daniel's gone. Daniel's chair looks comfortable. Do say that now. Hello, Space Canuck Man. Daniel, left or right?
I'm gonna go right. I'm sorry, my daughter got home from work. So
That's all right.
So go with right, and then I'll have Piglet make my vote for me for the next 5 minutes or so because I have to help her with stuff.
Okay. Piglet, you have been nominated for a double vote for the next 5 minutes until Daniel returns. That's a good idea, actually. What have you done, Piglet, to get Daniel's favoritism? Did you send him a bottle of Jack Daniels? Is that what it is? Yes, we know now. We know now. Yes. Right, it's got 4 left and 6 right so far. You understand it. Yeah, well, that's... So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right, 4 left. I make it at the moment. I told my taskbar at the bottom of my screen to hide itself, and it's come back on. Go away. Taskbar behaviors. There we are. It's set to automatically hide the taskbar. Now, why is it not hiding? Go away. So, with Jeb and Varen, I've already counted. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we're now at 6-6. Piglet, hadn't you already voted? No, you hadn't. You're lurking. You're lurking. And then you get a double vote. Actually, you don't get your double vote yet because Daniel's already voted. You don't count yours yet for this one because Daniel's voted in this one. It's the next one's coming. So we're at 7-6. Yeah, Daniel voted for right here for this one. I mean, you can always overrule them. That's Brian. That is dreadful dad humor. Dreadful dad joke. I like it. Dad jokes are cool. Right. Yeah, we've basically got a random left or right. Do we turn left or do we turn right? That is it. We've got no clues. And left has won. With a late surge, left has won. 275. You are indeed the last straw, Piglet. Oink. Or should it be oink? You reach a corner of the overgrown garden. Ahead of you, the path continues to follow the enclosing wall. To your left, there is a squat tower. Its upper story is part of the castle's outer battlements and is inaccessible from the garden. Where are we? Where are we? There. But a large jagged hole provides an entrance to the lower section. To your right, a narrow path leads directly to the center of the garden, and through the dense foliage you can make out a statue in a clearing. We have 3 choices here. 3 choices, fellas. Perimeter. Tower. Or clearing. So do we continue to follow the perimeter path? That's perimeter. Do we enter the tower through the broken wall? Or do we cut our way to the central clearing? Perimeter, tower, or clearing? Have your vote. And as Daniel is not in his seat, that means Piglet has a double vote here. A swing vote. Piglet dived in straight away with 2 votes for tower. And there's a clearing from Andy. Ooh, it look. Yeah, it does sound like a bit where I had bad luck in one of the Lone Wolf games. It does indeed, but tower is definitely winning here. Now, Sorian has gone for perimeter. Gene has gone for central clearing. Space Canuckman has gone for clearing. But everybody else has gone for tower. And with Straw Piglet's double vote, tower has won. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's an advantage. Enter the tower through the broken wall. Turn to 350. There's a song by the Fields of the Nephilim called The Tower. It's one of their early tracks. It lacked a lot of the polish of the later sort of rambling prog goth stuff that I really like. But it's good. It's still good. It's brash. His voice cracks in places. But if you like dark music, Fields of the Nephilim, good band. Good band. If you like sort of the darker side of Pink Floyd and can put up with a really growly, difficult voice, you'd enjoy it. The inside of the tower is gloomy. The air is damp and fetid. When your eyesight is accustomed to the darkness, you see that the floor slopes down to a muddy pool. The walls and floor are slick with moisture. Do we slide down to the edge of the pool, or do we leave the tower and go around the perimeter path or the central clearing? So here we have a choice of pool, perimeter, or clearing. Yeah, the thing is, Straw Piglet, if we burn you at the stake, then we get lovely pork and apple sauce, and we put it in fresh white rolls, and it'll be delicious. Good old hog roast. Well, it'd be a hoglet, wouldn't it? It would be a lot. It wouldn't be a lot of meat there because you'd only a piglet. But no, you wouldn't be halal. So Iman would be stuffed. But me, I'll eat Haman's portion. Yes. Thank you, Iman. Thank you for not being able to eat it, Iman. I'll eat it instead. Yeah. Not kosher either. No. Well, if anyone in chat is Jewish, then I'll have that portion as well. Can you tell I like pork and stuffing applesauce? Yeah. Good hog roast. A bit of crackling. Nom, 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 nom. If pigs could fly, just think how good their wings would be. Can I read again? Okay. Right, let's read again. The inside of the tower is gloomy. The air is damp and fetid. When your eyesight is accustomed to the darkness, you see that the floor slopes steeply down to a muddy pool. The walls and the floor are slick with moisture. If you want to slide down to the edge of the pool, turn to 66. If you'd rather leave the tower, you can continue to follow the perimeter path, turn to 11, or cut away to the central clearing, turn to 319. Oh, Straw Piglet, you're Jewish-ish. Bit, sort of 25%, 50%, sort of. Non-practicing. Practicing occasionally. Don't know. I don't do religion. I enjoy talking about it with people who are open to discuss it, but I'm not going to discuss what I think with people who get offended when I disagree with them. So if someone's open to discuss what they believe and why they believe it and their culture, whatever, I'll enjoy that sort of conversation. So yeah, but I'm not religious. I have no belief. No belief. Halakar wants to slide. Okay. It's slippery. Barney can never resist a rancid tower pool. I will take that as slide down. Andy wants to go back to the clearing. Palmetto says slide. Jeb says perimeter. 50%. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, my cat's being an asshole right now.
Cheers, Halakar. Cheers. I mean, my boss at work, it's really, really, really nice guy. Really, really big, really kind-hearted. And I'll happily sit and chat to him about his faith. He knows that I won't agree with what he says, but I'm happy to discuss it and discuss which bits, how it all started, and the history behind it all. I find that sort of thing really interesting, but it doesn't mean I'm going to believe in it all. It's just the way it is. I'm a knowledge nerd. I think it's the best way to describe it. Right, so Brian has said clearing. Have I put that one down? No, it's Brian and Andy who've said clearing. No other clearings. Anybody else voting? You have a choice of pool, perimeter, clearing. Currently, pool is on 3, perimeter's on 1, clearing's on 2. Daniel!
Yeah, I'm back. I'll go clearing.
You'll go clearing. Okay, you'll go clearing. Right, so pool 3, perimeter 1, clearing 3. Oh, we've got 2 votes for pool there. And Sorian says pool as well. Okay, pool has leapt to 6. I think that's pretty much sorted it. So Piglet says clearing. 614 now. Only 1 vote for perimeter. So who said perimeter? That was Jeb. Jeb, you're the one who's getting the pain today. Cheers, Halakar. I guess this is Halakar's leaving work time. I know he listens to Friday streams when it's work time, and disappears around this time each week. Helps him towards the end of the day. Well, the pool's winning, and we're down to 13 people in chat. So, with 6 votes, unless we suddenly get 2 or 3 immediate clearings, pool's going to win. So, unless there's 3 lurkers who desperately want to vote clearing, pool's got it. Space Canuck Man comes in with one of those votes. Yes. Well, will somebody else come in and troll me? That's the thing. Will somebody else come in and troll me? You have about 10 seconds. Daniel's back though, Straw. You're not going to get 2 votes. You're not going to get 2 votes. So how is Kelsey?
Doing good. She has her normal job, and then her teacher, one of her teachers, has a really big house, and she's kind of a hoarder, and she's trying to get it cleaned out. So her teacher pays her $10 an hour under the table to go and help her take care of stuff. So she actually makes more helping her teacher than she does at her regular job. So that's kind of cool.
That's actually quite good. I mean, fair play on that teacher.
Yep.
But as we all know in chat, Kelsey is a figment of Dan's imagination because Kelsey is just Dan on a Friday night. As soon as he logs off the stream, he gets dressed up and goes out, wig on. He is Kelsey. We know. We know.
Hey, if it'll get me free bourbon, I'm all for it.
Yeah, you do that. You do. I know you do that. Right. Paul has won. Whatever the result, Paul has won. 66. Right. Test your luck. Here we go. Here we go, man. Back all the way height. Play it, man, DJ. Ah, that's a pass. Our luck is 11. It's now 10. We lose 1 every time we check. If you're lucky, turn to 297. Silence of the Dans. Dan's mulling about how to get his revenge on me. That's what it is. That's what he's mulling. Which of my characters he's going to kill on a Saturday when he fills in next fills in on a session? Poor Blag. Blag's going to get it, isn't he?
Nah, you're just going to get hobbled and lose 1 on dexterity.
Hasn't got much dexterity anyway. The sloping floor is treacherously slippy, but by throwing yourself backwards, you manage to avoid sliding into the pool. You pick yourself up from the mud and find yourself staring into a pair of unblinking eyes that have just broken the surface of the dirty water. You draw your sword as the eyes are followed by a mottled, warty body from which a mass of lengthening tentacles are snaking across the water towards you. Test your willpower. Daniel is like the old Bud Light Ladies Night ad.
That's funny.
I don't know it. All right, willpower test. That's a massive pass. Our willpower is 8. So if you make a successful roll, turn to 385. You back away in horror, but we deduct. Oh, okay, every time we make a willpower check, we deduct a point of willpower. You scramble up from the semi-liquid slope with slithering limbs clutching at your ankles. The creature in the pool cannot leave its watery lair, and you are able to drag your mud-covered body onto drier ground. You emerge from the tower into the garden and can choose to follow the perimeter path. The tower was shit. So whoever said tower, it's your fault. Perimeter path or central clearing? Path or clearing?
Path.
Remember, next time, going into the tower will cost us 1 willpower, 1 luck point. So you've gone path. Andy's gone clear. Andy's determined with the clearing. Everybody who said tower is complicit. That's just it. Everybody who said tower is complicit. Clearing. Andy, you're just being outvoted. You're determined to go to this clearing, but nobody has. Not many people want to, because look at this perimeter path. Perimeter path. See, even Keith's chiming in. Hello, Keith. Welcome back, Keith. You've been away for a little bit. You've been quiet. Even Keith is chiming in with path. Have you just got back from the pub, Keith? Because I know you're from up north somewhere, so you've probably been to the pub. It's all there is to do up in that part of the world. But yeah. Pretty sure you're from Northern England, Southern Scotland, that area. I might be completely wrong if you are American, like most other people. I'm completely wrong, but I'm sure you said you were from the north. Right, so how many votes for path? We've got 2 votes for clearing, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You took the dog out. Who took the dog out? Keith. Sorry. Why do you put up with me? Why do you lot put up with me? Daniel, answer that. Answer me, Daniel. Answer me. Why do you put up with me?
It's called fortified potato water.
I was going to say it's complicated.
Fortified potato water.
Cheers. Mine's only fizzy wine in there, so there's a little bit left. Right, so we're on.
Actually, it's more than that, but
It's the
when my wife understands why I hang out with you guys.
Yeah, we play games. We play games on a Saturday.
If we don't play games, anytime I say I got something going on, the wife and kids are like, "Yeah, that's cool." Well, that they know I'm not going to be bitching at them, so they like it.
You just know you're going to be safe at home, hanging around with your nerdy mates online, rolling some dice,
and that's not getting another DUI or in a bar fight or something.
Absolutely,
Yep. Pretty much.
And even if we don't play games, we just tend to sit and talk shit for an afternoon.
Well, even the Saturday morning bullshitting sessions are fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly.
This is YouTube, what you call a community. Proud of my little community. Yeah, I mean, some people can be a bit knobby occasionally. We all can. We're nerds.
I know I was one day. So, yeah.
We do knobbiness. We do. We are dense occasionally. But who cares? Who cares?
And it's a good nap time.
Yeah.
As long as Bear doesn't bag on my ass.
Oh. Daniel, don't worry about it. He's only poking fun.
Oh, I'm not. It actually cracks me up.
Yeah.
Now it's a running joke anymore. So.
I get the impression that, to be honest, though, you're used to it. You come across as someone who's got a fairly thick skin.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, and that's part of being an adult, in my opinion, is being able to take a joke at your own expense.
Well,
I think it's required.
The best jokes I can come up with are honestly about me.
Yeah, same.
I can honestly tell you that.
Yeah, same. If you can't get past if you can't have someone just have a joke about something you know is true and not laugh about it, then you're not an adult. There you go. There's my philosophy for the night.
Like
pearl of wisdom.
For instance, I like wedding cake.
Exactly, because you've been married 3 times.
And like I tell my children, I'll beat you like a redheaded stepchild. I am a redheaded stepchild, so I know how they've been beat.
There you go. Absolutely. That's what Piglet says. That's funny. The best jokes I can come up with are also about Dan.
All right, so I'm going to come up with some about you.
Yeah. Cheers, Barney. Cheers, Barney.
The worst thing is, Piglet, I'll be busy sleeping whenever you post them, so it really don't matter.
Is Dan a ginge? Ralph, not quite. Dan was a ginge. It's sort of is it still ginger, or is it sort of just a
It
mixture?
is. It's just the lighting.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Here was me thinking that you got this sort of sophisticated grey that was infusing your ginger.
Oh, really? You got to go there?
Okay, Ralph, he's still ginger. It's just the lighting.
I'm an old ginger.
My beard looks ginger in certain lights, but if you look in neutral light, you see the odd ginger hair. That's it. But I mean, if you look, in certain lights, it looks like I've got some grey hairs in my beard, but in neutral light, my beard is just simply brown, boring brown.
Okay, see, now this is it. Like, unlike John, my hair is red because I still have hair, but I will admit that my beard is gray, or more gray than red. So yeah, where John still has a nice red beard, mine's like,
my beard's not red though. That's the thing. It's just if I'm in direct light, it looks reddish. But if I turn away from the light, it loses a bit of its color, to be honest. But in neutral light, cloud cover, just a neutral light sort of thing, it just looks grey. It just not grey, sorry, just a dull mousy brown. What daylight? Well, you Ralph, you're from Scotland. You get less daylight than me. You know it. You know it.
That's funny. What daylight?
Hello, Grim Squirrel. How you doing? Your cousin has a natural streak of ginger in his beard down one side. Cool. Cool. We know, Ralph. We know you've gone grey. It's all part of living in Glasgow. Right. Anyway, what were we voting for there? Path one. Path one. Where are we? I'm completely lost. We've just been talking shite for most of this stream. Absolute shite. It's just been this stream has been two blokes down the pub on a Friday night having a drink and just when you just have a chill night with your mates and just talk shit, but you haven't got a clue afterwards what you were talking about. All you know is you had a good time. That's what this stream's feeling like to me.
Kind of like the Saturday mornings when we don't play.
Yeah, quite. Anyway, we've got to behave ourselves now because we have a lady with us.
Who's that?
Grim Squirrel.
I was going to say you.
No. You on a Friday night. But what's your point? Oh, yeah.
We need who is it? Oh, who's the tall ginger? What's his name?
The tall ginger.
I don't mean to be disrespectful. I just can't remember names.
On the channel or what?
Yeah.
Who's the tall ginger on the channel?
The accountant.
What?
No.
We've got Ginger Beard.
Yeah, him.
Who? Yeah, he's 6'3" and works as a data analyst, sort of.
Yeah, the one that always says, "Okay, we got to get back on topic."
Oh no, Saxius.
Saxius. Yeah, we need a
Saxius
Saxius.
ginger. Do you call him like he's ginger?
What?
Do you think Saxius is ginger?
Oh, he's more ginger than you or I put together.
Yeah, he's not tall though. He's about 5'10", 5'11".
No, I thought he was really tall.
No, it's Andy's tall, Gingerbeard is tall, Omen Owl is tall.
I know.
Bear is very
Bear's
tall.
built like a brick shit house.
Bear's about 6'3" and about 6 foot wide.
He's huge, yeah.
He's a big guy, yeah.
But yeah, anyhow, we need a Saxius moment.
You're a tiny Grim. So am I, Grim Squill. I've shrunk to 5'5". I peaked at 5'5.5". I've shrunk to 5'5". I haven't admitted that to my wife yet.
That's right. All right. You probably convinced her that 3 was 6, so don't worry about it.
You're 5 foot. Well, my wife has gone through life telling the whole world she's 5'2". If she's 5'2", then I'm fucking Mr. Universe. She's 5'1" and a tiny smidgen. She's rounded that tiny smidgen up to 2. She's 5'1" and you ain't that much.
That's funny.
She's the smallest in our house now. I'm the next smallest. Then our lad, our daughter's the tallest. She's about 5'7". My lad's still growing, so he'll go past us. He'll go past us, past everybody. You don't round up when it's 5'1" and a tiny, tiny bit. That's just desperate. It's like saying I'm 5'11" and a 1/16 of an inch. That makes me 6 foot. No.
One of my best friends, between him, his 2 sisters, his older brother, and his mom, and I knew his father. If any of them was over 5'8", I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Most of them were like 5'3", 5'4" at best.
Well, in our family, my dad's 5'8", my mum's 5'3", my brother's 5'5", my sister's 5'4". I nearly made 5'6". I reached 5. I got just over 5'5.5", but never went past there. My wife's 5'1" and a bit. Our son's just hit 5'6". Our daughter's 5'7". On Becky's, my wife's side of the family, her dad was 5'5". Her mom was 5'7". That's where Holly gets her height from. The only tall people in our family are because my sister married a guy who's 6'3". So my kid's cousin on that side, the cousins, the older one is about 6'2", and the younger one's about 5'7", and she's still growing. So
see, your daughter sounds a lot like my daughter. Actually, they're about the same age, even. My daughter's, I shrunk because that happens with old age.
yeah, it does. Yes, I'm finding that out.
I used to be almost 6 foot. Now I'm down to like 5'10" if I stand up straight.
Yep.
But my daughter's almost as tall as me. And my son's getting there, but he's only 13, so he still has a couple more years to grow. Though he's probably about maxed out. We'll see. Yeah. But they all have whenever both kids were born, the nurses turned around and said, "These are your kids." You guys can't see because I have this freaking whatever you want to call it on the bottom of my chin, but I have a butt chin like Robert Redford.
Oh, you have? You've got ass cheeks on your face.
Yes, I do. So do both of my children.
Quality.
As
Come on,
soon as they popped out, the nurse turned around and said, "Yeah, this is your kid."
They've both got ass faces.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Hello, Nesnet. How are you doing? If you're under 5'2", you get a free pass to round up your point one. Okay. You've spoken.
that's funny. I like that.
Uh,
You
yeah.
get a what's it called? An advantage check.
Look, my boss has just redecorated the back room in our shop, and he's putting these 5 or 6 tier racking units in the back, and they are 180 centimeters tall, which is roughly 6 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. And he is going to be, I can guarantee you, he'll want me to use that top section where you've got to be 6 foot. The stuff that I put up there is going to be stuff that will never, ever sell, because there's no fucking way I'm going to be reaching that down day after day after day from the back shelves. Because my boss is 6'4". He's a big guy. 6'4", and he's like, "Oh, it's easy up here. Oh, look at this," and I'm like, "Oh, no, I can't get anywhere near it."
You're gonna need 2 step ladders to get to it.
Yeah.
I had when I was an assistant manager for a national company, ended up being manager, blah blah blah. But the one guy that was a manager of mine for a while, he was about 6'5", extremely tall man.
Mm-hmm.
And he finally bought his dream car. And John, you'll appreciate this. It was a convertible MG. He could
Delicious.
he could only drive it with the top down.
Oh,
Imagine a guy 6'5" trying to squeeze into an MG.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
My first car was a proper Mini, an old 1968 Austin Mini. You know,
That'd be cool.
Wow. Now, I was the right size for it, but my best mate at school was 6'4", and he struggled.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I'm going to read.
Okay.
You continue to skirt the overgrown garden. Halfway along this side, there are steps leading up to a small door set in the high wall that surrounds the garden. The steps are covered with a tangle of thorny branches, and the door is barred and secured with an enormous rusty padlock. You decide to continue to the corner of the garden. There's no tower at this corner. You can see that the path continues to follow the wall alongside the garden at least as far as the next corner, where there is a tower. Halfway between you and the next tower is a wide stairway ascends from the garden. Right. We have an option here. Do we ascend the staircase or go and look at the tower? Tower or staircase?
Let's die. Let's go up the staircase.
You want to go staircase. Okay. Staircase or tower? Now, the thing is, Grubber Squirrel, here in Britain, when you say pants, it means underpants. So if they go down to your knee, they're far too big to be underpants. Bear that in mind when talking to a Brit. You start talking about your pants, we assume it's your underwear.
Yeah, there is that. We have different terms, correct?
We do, yes.
She wears big pants.
We say underpants and we say trousers. Trousers. So we call them trousers. You have shorts, you have trousers, and you have 3/4. No. Straw Piglet, you're American. You say nothing right at all. You say nothing right. Now, at least Australians say something right, and the same with Canadians. They say something right, but Americans say nothing right. Nothing. You can tell I'm getting confident now. I'm nearly at the end of my bottle of wine. So I'm I'm getting belligerent. This is what happens to me when I have a few drinks. It's just like I get belligerent.
Okay, I'm going to go back to when we were talking about accents a couple hours ago.
What's that?
I'm from near Pittsburgh, and I can't remember who it was that was born in Warren, which is
Manfred.
Yeah, he would understand my accent and some of the terminology I use because he's from the same region almost. But yeah, no, like Yuns, that's a thing. But yeah, anyhow.
Well, I'm trying to think of the colloquialisms around here. Boston is one, which means great. R means yes. Yam means you am, which means you are.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
Yam.
See, like Yuns is you all. Or
Right.
Yun's gonna do this.
Around here, they'd say yam.
Like, yeah, it's funny.
There's also whim, which is terrible grammatically. We am, as in we are. Boston, Bosting, but usually with apostrophe instead of the G.
Okay, now
Boston.
what's that for again?
Great. That's that's Boston.
Okay,
That is
kind of like Boston. Okay, and
Boston. That's Boston. That is all right.
all right, cool. All right.
Also, some vowels are stretched out to double syllables.
That would be like what they do in Boston, Massachusetts. Here,
Mostly the letter I, though. It's when I played cricket, when you bowled a ball that was too wide, the umpire would do that and say wide ball or wide. Whenever we played a team who were from the Black Country, who were yams as we'd call them, real strong accents, there was one particular team who always had their own umpire they'd bring along. He was just paid him beer to umpire the game. And when you bowled a wide ball, he'd turn around and go, wide. There's that double I. And we used to laugh at it. It'd be like wide. So we'd all take the piss. Right. Where was we? Stairs is 1. 212. It's called the Black Country because of it's a coal mining area, and I can't remember who it was commented on seeing they called it the Black Country because they saw the coal miners returning from work with their face just covered in soot from mining, the coal dust. That's why. And the stonework and all that sort of stuff had a darkened tinge to it because of all the coal dust. Right. You are in the inner bailey of the castle. Behind you are the ramparts of the second defensive wall, and in front of you, across the narrow courtyard, the massive bulk of the keep itself juts out of jagged rocks and towers dizzyingly above you. You seem to be making progress. Somewhere in that ominous edifice of black stone must be not only the Margrave, but also the source of the evil afflicting Neuburg. There is no entrance to the keep on this side, however. The slab-like walls are featureless. A deeply rutted track leads away from you towards the left. Between the keep and the surrounding wall, this track must lead to the main entrance, and you have no choice but to follow it. First, however, as there are no guards in evidence, you decide to take this opportunity to take a short rest. You sit concealed behind a large buttress and put your backpack on your knees in order to take stock of its contents. Does it contain a piece of blood lurcher tentacle? Chat, do you remember if we picked up a piece of blood lurcher tentacle or not? Ken is no, yes, dear Ken. Bofing, I've never heard that one before. Glackit, never heard. Egypt, I know that one. Yum, it does, doesn't it, Straw Piglet? It does. Yeah, Palmetto, you remember as well. Yes. Straw Piglet says, I dinna ken. Oh, I dinna ken. I dinna ken what you're talking about. Oh, I haven't got a bleeding clue, I ain't. Ain't got a bleeding clue what you're talking about. Manfred hopefully is in bed by now because it is 12:30 by him. Let's use this tentacle. Okay, yep. Yes, we did pick up a tentacle. Turn to 355. Right. Chat. Do you have any food in your backpack? Yes, we do. Turn to 181. You unbuckle the straps of your pack and fold back the leather flap and stare in amazement at the wriggling mass that fills the inside of the pack. Hundreds of finger-like protuberances reach up from a shifting, lumpy core. Before you can react, the thing jumps towards your face. You duck instinctively, the little rubbery tentacles catch in your hair, and as you leap to your feet, you find that the blood-seeking circular suckers on the thing's bloating body are bobbing around your face and neck. In the midst of your terror, a flash of insight tells you that the blood lurcher tentacle has fed off your rations and has mutated into this kiss of death protoplasm. The thing's many circular lips writhe as they strive to make contact with your skin. Test your willpower. Test your willpower. Oh dear.
Mars bar.
Oh dear. Oh dear. That's the worst possible roll. Exactly, Tim and Grim Squirrel. Exactly. If you're unsuccessful, turn to 250. I think we die here. Sorry, chat. I think we're dead. You cannot bring yourself to touch the loathsome object that has attached itself to your hair. In demented fear, you jump up and down and shake your head, but the bulbous shape clings on and swings against your shoulders with soft thuds. It suckers mouth mindlessly, waiting for an opportunity to touch the exposed skin of your face and give you the kiss of death. Inevitably, as your frantic twitching becomes wilder and wilder, a sucker touches your flesh and holds fast. The sack of the creature's body nestles against your face and begins to turn a dull pink as it draws out your blood. If you have six or more points of willpower, turn to 93. If you have less than 6 points, turn to 348. You know how many points we've got? We have got 6. I think we've just survived. You lose 2 points of stamina because of loss of blood, but the clammy touch of the creature's sucker has brought you to your senses. Turn to 37. Skin of our teeth, chat. Next time, do not get a bit of that blood lurcher tentacle, right? Understand? I played this book when I first bought it, however many years ago. That's the only bit of this book I remember. Do not get a bit of tentacle. And when you guys said, let's pick up a bit of tentacle, I was like, I'm sure that killed me. I always wanted to pet Cthulhu. Right. I'm going to show you something. Chaps. Where is it? Let's just bring this up. You know, I'm playing a racing game at the moment, quite a lot. I'm going to show you a little something. My content, my cars. This is my little Mazda Miata, as you would call it, or Mazda MX-5.
My brother has two of those. He had a Dodge Charger, and he had a GTO.
Yep.
And he loves his Miatas. He like the crotch rocket rice burner super bikes. He can actually outrun them on curvy roads because those Miatas handle so well that
that's my car paint scheme that I race with in my little Mazda Miata MX-5, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Somebody, I didn't make this. I found it on a forum. But I think that is absolutely perfect. There we go. There he is. There's Cthulhu. To be honest, I'm so shit at the game, I spend most of the time on the grass. But hey-ho. Hey-ho. That's the way it goes. Let me have a little... I'm just going to show you... You know how Keith and Iman like a certain drink? This is my favourite car in the game. Let's go and have a look at the car. There we are. That's my favourite car in the game. I think that looks beautiful. That's the other one I drive. That's a Toyota GR86. Iron Brew. You like that, Daniel? Nice?
In real life, that would put me in jail.
Why is that?
Oh, dude, I'd be doing $180, no problem.
Yeah. It is handsome. You're right, Strawpig. It is handsome. It's a Toyota GR86. It's got a top speed of about 130. It's not as quick as it looks, but it's nice. It's a bit.
Well,
it's a
it
step
handles
down.
like no tomorrow, I'll bet.
Oh, you do. They do. They handle really well. Yeah, they go nicely. But there we go. Those are my cars in the game. Well, these are my other cars in the game. I did this paint job. This is something I coloured myself. This is my. I think that looks. I tried to get it sort of like green and ominous. My oval truck. Quite like that.
Actually,
Another one I did myself was. Oh, I thought I'd do a stripy one. That's mine. That's rubbish, but it's all right. It's all right.
I do have maybe these will show up on my camera. I don't know.
What's that? That's your Mustang.
That's my Mustang.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Black, yeah, jet black. You've shown me those pictures before with the Go Faster stripes down the middle.
Yeah, and then this motorcycle, I could actually lay a tire stripe about, I don't know, 75 yards. The lighting's not too quick. Let me see if I can turn on the freaking light. There we go.
I mean, yeah, it looks like a beast. I don't know anything about motorbikes, but
Oh,
looks like a beast.
it was stupid. It was cool. Those are my two really cool vehicles in my life. I had a couple others that were really nice, but those were my favorite. I did have a BMW 650 motorcycle that was amazing.
I know they're meant to be good. I mean, I know nothing about motorbikes. Right, there's my Albert thing again. There we go. We're back with the Albert. Is the Scottish flag the oldest flag in the world? I thought the Danish flag was. I really thought the Danish flag was the oldest flag in the world.
Who in the group?
I know the Scottish flag's old.
I'm trying to think of who in the group would know. There's somebody who would know that. Is it Holocaust?
Saxius would know that. He's Danish.
Yes, Saxius, exactly. He would know
In fact,
that.
I think this is time for a bit of celebrity deathmatch. In the red corner, we have Ralph. In the blue corner, we have Saxius. Fight. I'm sorry, Ralph, but my money be on Saxius because he'll bring an axe. He's Danish. He's a Viking. Google is wrong. To be honest, Ralph would bring Scottish attitude. Now, what would win? Danish axe or Scottish attitude? I don't know. I really don't know.
Although, did the Danes use it's like the sword that's like the blade alone is 6 or 7 feet long. A crisp blade. You know what the crisp blade is, where it kind of weaves like a serpent? I don't know if the Danes use those or not.
Oh, flamberge.
Yeah, flamberge. Correct.
I don't think they did.
No,
not that I know. No. Not that I know of.
Yeah, he just have a big ass axe with a long beak on it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, to be honest, having spoken to both Ralph and Saxius, I think Ralph would win. I think a little solid Scotsman who's got my sort of build would have. I think Saxius talks a big game, but I think underneath he's a bit of a wimp.
Well, he's too analytical. He'd try to outthink him. In the meantime, the other guy would just be like yelling like
Ralph is like, "Haven't ye Sassenach?"
He'd go in like a rotten potato and just beat ass, and Saxius would be trying to figure out how to get the advantage.
Hold on, Ralph. I'm just going to load up Excel and try and calculate my best move.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Plus, Ralph's going to be drunk as well.
I was about to say it's the equivalent of a drunken Irishman to a German engineer, even though I know he's not German, but that's about what it would be.
Yeah.
Saxius would try to figure out the best move, where he's going to be like, fuck it, let's go.
Oh. Saxius is there, yeah. Wanting to pillage his monasteries or whatever.
If you give each of them 10 archers, I'm going with Saxius.
Yeah.
Give me 10 archers, I want Saxius. So, yeah.
Because he'd have calculated the exact trajectory and distances and how many arrows the archer can carry at maximum. To get
how many attacks?
exactly. Oh, absolutely. Yep. And he would have done it to the 15th decimal place. And Ralph, being Scottish, would have got bored by the 2nd decimal place.
They would have thrown their bows at the people.
Yeah, just charged. How about ye? Bash. Yeah, Sax would tax him until he could afford no weapons. That's right. Right, that's what it is. The Danish flag is the longest consistently used flag that is currently in use. Okay. Is the Scottish flag older, though? That's what I don't know. Anyway, so where were we? I'm just going to burp. I've enjoyed tonight's stream. You know that. I'm only going to do 3 minutes more, Dan. I've got work tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
But I've just noticed we're at we're nearly at 10 to 11. 10 to 12, sorry.
You're running tomorrow evening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Right.
I lost track of time. We haven't made much progress in the book. We've just talked too much shite, but people seem to have enjoyed it.
I think tomorrow morning isn't going to happen.
I don't know. It depends who turns up.
Well, because
I'm not available.
There's only one other person right now that can play or that signed up.
It depends whether
I'm still going to go on.
Depends whether Brian's a dumbass and gets up at 6 a.m. again.
Yeah.
Brian, are you going to be a dumbass and get up at 6 a.m. again? I don't know.
If anybody wants to sign on, I'll rig up something and run. But
well, Gene has offered to. Gene says he'll be there, so you could easily be a player.
All right, I didn't think you could do it, but no, that'd be actually cool.
Gene can do it. If Brian can be there, that's 2 players. Unfortunately, I can't be there unless my boss goes home. I know Slan can't be there.
I'm trying to remember who it is. My computer is running so slow tonight, I don't want to try to switch out.
I mean, obviously,
we might have 3 players.
We get. Gene says Dan can run if he wants. That's fine. So Gene's going to be there. Dan, you're going to be there. Brian will be there, I'm guessing, if he suffers from insomnia. I'll be there if my boss goes home early. I don't know if he will. It depends how productive my colleague is. She's not usually very quick, unfortunately. Slan's another regular who's not going to be able to make it. Gene says doesn't mind being a player, especially with the full group needed for Borshak. That is fair enough. That is fair enough. So if I can be there for 2ish, I will be. Be patient. If I can be there for 2:15, 2:30, I'll get there as soon as I can. But if I can't, I apologize now. Gingerbeard's taking a break at the moment. We know he said he's going to be offline to the end of October. He's got too much other stuff to sort out. When he comes back, he'll be another regular. We've had a few other sporadic people. So the problem is, of the core 5, there's 3 of us who are likely to be missing for various reasons.
Oh, yeah. But
we'll see. Omen Owl, you get up early. You play in the afternoon. Screw your
farm. He said I can't remember if he was going to be there or not.
He's been there, hasn't he? He's been there at silly times. Ralph has posted in Discord that he's ready. Ralph, if you can be there, be there. Join in. And I'm going to run in the evening as well. So get yourself a bottle of whiskey and sup on it all day and join my game as well.
Yeah, just don't pull a Daniel and fall asleep halfway through it.
Fall asleep, yeah.
They'll bag on you for the next 4 months.
Right. We've hit 10 to 12. I'm going to read number 37, which is our last one I'm going to read tonight. Right. I love the way we've spun out this book to take ages. Andy might be okay for tomorrow evening. Okay, that's fair enough. That's good. Fighting back your revulsion, you put your hands to your head and begin to batter and tug at the protoplasmic blob. You can feel its cold, sticky mouths attempting to anchor themselves in your skin, but you keep your hands moving and you discover that the monster has surprisingly little resilience. It soon drops to the ground, where you hack it into tiny pieces with your sword. When you look inside your backpack, you find that the Kiss of Death protoplasm has devoured 2 portions of your rations, but everything else is unharmed. Okay, we're down to one. It's not a long book, Straw Piglet. It's just us taking our time. We are fannying. That's what we're doing. So next week we will start at 132. And I've just headbutted the microphone again. So we're going from 37 to 132. That's where we begin next week. But you know what? This is a sort of this stream tonight has been the reason why I do these Fridays. Just nonsense chatter. It's fun. It's a way of unwinding. It's a way of just bullshitting and having a bit of fun. And for that reason, I'm going to say thank you to Dan, because you join in the nonsense talking bollocks every Friday, every Saturday, don't you? And everybody in chat has just weighed in, absolutely. I hope you like my little layout behind me, by the way. I've done a little sort of paranoia rulebook, Kinstrife, and Fee Fighting Fantasy rulebooks at the top. It looks nice, doesn't it? It looks nice. I'll put this up there. That's for next week. But that's the whole point. The whole point of the Friday night stream is just to relax and chill. Not be completely serious. Just have a drink, put your feet up after a week at work. Of course, I still have to work Saturdays and Sundays because I work stupid days. But
and be a Kelsey once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got to dress up, haven't you? I mean, Daniel.
One of these days, my daughter's going to beat your ass.
Yeah, Daniel, is this a personal question? I don't think this is a personal question or not. But what's the cup size of your fake tits?
They would be A.
I can't believe. I'm sorry. You're not meant to laugh at your own jokes, are you? But
no, they'd be an A at best. Do they make half an A?
You know,
why is your chest as flat as your back? I don't know.
This time last year, when I was at my heaviest, because I put on a bit of weight during COVID and stuff, I had a good B. I had a nice solid B, but they've shrunk a little bit.
Best I had would have been a B, but that was when I was working out and I actually could bench press like 200. Now I'm a solid A.
A solid A, okay. Yeah. As Straw says, what good are fake ones if they're only an A? You've got to have some nice robust C's or pendulous D's, haven't you?
I paid $10,000 for those fake A's, so leave me alone.
You've been ripped off.
Yeah. I have the scars to prove it. They're right under here.
And on that note,
we went way offline here.
I don't care. You know, when we talk about the Shadow of the Demon Lord game with Saxius.
Where's Saxius when you need him?
He's playing to end it on boobs. Woo! And they talk about the time I lost it for about 15 minutes because of penis sleeping bag. Still on nut and penis.
All right.
This is why my childish sense of humor. And compose, Sean. Compose. Compose. Yes. On that note, thank you, Daniel. It's been fun as always. Hopefully see you tomorrow.
I'll be around. Have a good night. Night all.
As a sleeping bag was hilarious, and I'm just going to post this up as a as a leaving message from Grim Squirrel. Cheers, chat. You've been marvelous tonight. Thank you all. Good night.